John Kane. I am a founding partner with Architecton. We started the firm back in '89. I'm originally from Southern California. I moved out to Arizona back in about '81 to go to ASU and fell in love with the desert and fell in love with my wife and raised my family here. So happy to be here.
What key life experiences have formed who you are today?
I had the opportunity to go visit my aunt in Chicago when I was about 12. And I think seeing a big city was one of those kind of eye-opening kind of moments. Coming from a beach city with not much architecture to seeing these high rises was really cool. And then I love the outdoors, and I've always had that deep desire to be in nature as much as I possibly can. So,
how did you become passionate and involved in architectural practice?
So I had started work. I knew I wanted to be an architect since I was really young. I had the opportunity while I was still in high school to work for a friend's dad who was an architect, and was able to kind of work at various firms through high school, through community college and college. So I've always been extremely into it and just loved it. And then decided to start our firm about 4 years out of school. I think the idea of being able to kind of call your shots and, pick the people that you want to work with and move forward, I think was really kind of a big piece of the pie in terms of why I wanted to do it on my own.
And then I can presume, like, in that 4-year gap, you were working for other firms, and you found out pretty quickly you didn't. You wanted to start your own.
Well, yeah, and I think I think every firm is different and unique, just like as individuals, we all have personalities, and I think firm dynamics also are diverse. So it's a myriad of factors that being able to kind of pick and choose and kind of design your firm is really kind of interesting and enticing. I found some amazing partners in the beginning, and none of us had money, but we were hard workers and were really passionate about what we did, and just put our heads down and jumped in. So it's kind of interesting.
What are your core values, and how do you make sure that they're reflected in your practice?
Honesty and kind of a strong work ethic. I think those are really important, and openness and collaboration. All of those kind of apply to kind of how we work and our reputation in terms of how we work with others, whether they're people within the firm or clients themselves or the consultants or the contractors. It takes a village to do what we do. So the idea of putting your ego aside and really looking for the best solutions, I think are really, no matter where they might come from, whether it's a new intern or a client or a contractor, it doesn't matter. We're always looking for the best ideas for a client.
What is your design process?
It varies from project to project. Usually in the beginnings of the project, you're trying to understand the brief and the program so a lot of conversations with the client. So trying to understand the aspirations as well as kind of the physical needs, determining what the problems are. Fundamentally, that's what we do, is solve problems, and hopefully in a creative and beautiful way. But I think also at the time, understanding the opportunities. So being an optimist, another core value is that idea that you can provide a lot more than what the client's expecting, right? The process to get there is a lot of exploration and a lot of listening, those deep dives to kind of understand as much as you can to then explore a variety of solutions. So we usually don't come up with one solution, but what we call rapid prototype a lot of ideas. And hopefully it's not just me, hopefully it's others on the team that are also doing that exploration. Then we come together, share ideas, cross-pollinate, critique, and come up with even more ideas. Design's not a linear process, a lot of side, trips, but I think that exploration is where I think a lot of the magic happens. And then, it's physical models, hand sketches, it's digital models, all of those things are working together to get, to the final solution. So It's an adventure. It's messy, but it's fun. A lot of fun.
How do you collaborate with other individuals to realize your impactful work?
So we start from, whether it's even marketing, there's usually a group of us that are working on pursuing the project. Then once you have the project, you put a team together that has different strengths. So you've got strong design, you've got strong management, strong technical skills, even the ability to work with your clients to be able to pull what's in their head out. They know so better probably than anybody in terms of what their needs are. The idea is that the team is got a mutual respect for one another first and foremost. It's usually not a hierarchy as much as it's just a complementary team of different skill sets. And that team also then is enhanced with engineers, landscape architects, civil engineers, the contractor. And then we have many meetings. Again, these projects are extremely complex. No one person knows everything. And it's that kind of appreciation and skill sets when you allow the entire team to work cohesively and collaboratively. I think some really great things happen.
What architectural ideas and buildings have impacted your own practice?
Well, sustainability, I think, has been a really important one. This climate is extremely difficult.
Yeah.
The water issues that we've got that we've always known are there. So, how do we design for this place is very informative in terms of how we approach projects. So whatever we can do to collect water, minimizing energy use, being very thoughtful about how windows are placed and protected so we're not bringing all that extra heat in, and how our projects are symbiotic as they can be with the context. Does this project belong on that particular site in this particular place, right? And that's super important to how we approach almost every one of our projects.
Makes a lot of sense hearing that you grew up going outside a lot, going into nature.
Yeah.
Can I ask though,
That's interesting. Yeah.
What is the process for researching? Do you have specific people on the team that kind of research biology and kind of sustainability?
Yeah, it depends on the project. We keep talking about trying to figure out how to have more research in the firm, but every project has research, right? And whether it's about technology research or climate or water, biomimicry or whatever, it varies depending on, again, what the project is and what the problem is we're trying to solve. Biomimicry is where, you go to nature to find the solution for a problem that nature's already solved, right?
What are some of the biggest challenges you face in your profession?
The economy goes up and down, right? We're a service industry, so when the economy's strong, there's a lot of work out there. When the economy's not so strong, everybody's holding on to their dollars and not investing. So being able to kind of weather those, I think, are really important. Finding the best people out there is always tough. We have a lot of great firms in town, so we're all looking for those people to try it in. And then I think COVID kind of definitely threw a wrench in it. The idea of collaboration, at least the old school way, is, everybody getting around the table in the same room working through it. But they're all design problems, right? Like fundamentally, we're very well equipped to kind of figure it out. So
yeah, that's true. And then finally, what advice would you give to a young student?
Stay positive. I think the positive attitude will overcome a lot of the things that will be thrown at you. Work hard. Design is not a 1 + 1 = 2 kind of solution. Embrace that discovery and never be satisfied. Keep pushing. It can always get better. It can always be more refined. It can always kind of evolve. That iteration and exploration, I think, is one of the true joys of what we do. But it's hard. It's hard to get there. It's hard to focus with all the things that life throws at us with our phones and everything, right? Try to put that stuff aside so you can really immerse yourself completely into the process. But learn to enjoy it. You'll find it extremely rewarding in terms of the results that will come from that exploration.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
All right. We'll see you around. Okay.